August of 2005, I was asked to give a talk about the history of the dance department. And at that time, I was under the impression that dance began on campus in 1950 when a woman called Betty Pease came on board and ran the program for the next 20 years. So I was aware of that history, but I wanted to find out a little bit more about Pease and her background. So I came to the Bentley and was looking up information from her era, but immediately found that there was a wealth of information about decades of dance activity dating back well before the Pease era, and I was just really astonished to discover that. Among women, there was a lot of desire to rethink all of the constrictive clothing. There was a whole movement of dress reform and health reform. This had been going on for several decades, actually. At the same time that dance was evolving here as a curricular activity, simultaneously the field of modern dance was really building in the professional realm. 1926 is the date of the first Dance Orchesis, but it's also the date that Martha Graham broke away from Dennis Shawn and started her own company. 1915 was the first dance club here, and this is the kind of the height of when Ruth St. Denis was out and about as a dance soloist, Isadora Duncan, Maud Allen, and others. There was never a year beginning in 1909 where there wasn't quite a bit of dance activity on campus. Not only what they first called aesthetic dance, then in 1924 it started being called natural dance. Then in the 1930s it was called rhythms. Then in the late 30s it switched its name finally to modern dance. It had the steady march through eras that are very parallel to what was going on in the outside world. Doris Humphrey was here, Martha Graham was here, Charles Weidman was here, Jose Limon was here, German modern dancers were here. There was a great deal of activity. We thought it all began happening in 1974 when the department was formed, and indeed that was an enormous push for us, where suddenly the dance activity shifted really toward the focus of training professional dancers under the leadership of Liz Bergman. But well before that, there was the steady progression and evolution of dance activity on campus, and it really never missed a beat. I think that there's always been a very lively and porous conversation between what is going on in the university system and what is going on in the professional world. All along the way, it's been an important conversation between the professional world and the educational institution, because the professional dancers had thrived on these kinds of residencies and opportunities to teach and share their work within the university setting. And what we're trying to do here is to build performing artists, choreographers, scholars who are going to go back out into the field with their generation's style. It's time that people really understand that this is a program that is really a top-tier one.